Hey, Rain here. Today is yet again another build showcase, and it's Khora Prime. Today I'm going to show you two builds, so let us immediately start. The first build is the Do Whatever Raffle Advanced Runner Roar build, and the mods I'm using here we have Brief Respite, Argon Reach, and Caustic Shields for shield survivability, shield gating. This is your survivability. You're always going to be spamming your first ability for survivability and to do damage, so this is a must-have. Prime Shoot-Footed for knockback immunity, always good. Streamline and Fleeting Expertise for 175% ability efficiency, so your first ability doesn't use any energy. It's very good for high-density missions and low-density missions. Prime Flow for max energy, you're going to need this for Shards. Prime Continuity for ability duration. The Augment for her first ability gives you a lot of bonus damage, it's a must-have. Arcon Stretch for range and energy economy. The energy economy is like okayish. And Argon Reach for range. And that's it. These are the mods. For the Arcanes, Arcane Fury. When you crit with your first ability, you're going to get 180 melee damage, which is very good. The second Arcane is going to be multi-augmented. After 250 kills, you're going to have a 60% increase ability strength, which is very good, to buff your first ability and your third ability. The Arcanes, the stats as you can see, average duration, it's going to be 160 ability strength, 175 ability range, which is more than enough for your first ability, and 175 capped ability efficiency. For her abilities, you're going to remove her third ability, it's useless, for Raffle Advance or Rhino Roar. The same build as you can see, just a different ability. Raffle Advance is going to give you a lot of flat claw chance, 160%. Rhino Roar is going to give you the buff, damage increase buff from Rhino Roar, which is also very good. It's all up to you. Both of those builds, both of those abilities are very good. The abilities, the stats, the mods, the arcane, and now it's time for me to show you her exalted whip. Now for her exalted weapon, the Whipclaw Prime. This is the influence build, and the mods I'm using here, we have Condition Overload for melee damage per status type. This is mandatory for melee damage. Gladiator Might for cruel damage, cruel chance per call multiplier. You can remove this for a Bane mod for multiplicative damage against the faction. Blood Rush and Weeping Wounds for a lot of status chance and cruel chance per call multiplier. Shocking Touch for electricity, Voretx Strike for electricity and status chance. This is mandatory for the influence build. Gillen's Elementalist for status damage and status chance to complement electricity. And Gillen's Steel for cruel chance and cruel damage. And that's it. These are the mods. For the Arcane Melee Influence, we do have electricity. There's a 20% chance to spread the electricity in 3 meter radius for 18 seconds. And this is going to make our clear so much better. That's the Arcane. And for the stats, the range is 8.75 meters on her AoE whip attack. This does increase with range mods and melee range mods, but 8.75 is more than enough because you're going to hit multiple enemies and influence is going to be the one clearing everything. And for single target, you have 9 meters. That's like more than enough. Cruel chance is good, cruel damage is good, stat chance is good, and total damage is going to be very good. These are the stats, the mods, the arcane, and now for the shards. For the shards of a Holic for to use is going to be 2 violet for 37% melee cruel damage, doubles with over 500 maximum energy, and we do have over 500 thanks to Prime Flow. 2 yellow for cast speed, it does work on her first ability, so you're going to whip faster. And 1 violet for health and energy economy, equilibrium. And that's it. The shards. Now for me to show you Venari. Venari Prime, let's start with the mods. So we have Synth Deconstruct for health economy and energy economy. Prime Pack Leader, we're going to generate Overguard and heal Venari every time we whip, which is very good. Link Redirection allows us to link our shields to Venari. Venari has no shields, but with this, allows her to have some shields. So she has Overguard gating and shield gating, really good survivability. Prime Animal Instinct allows us to have a bigger loot radar and enemy radar, and this stacks with your companion, which is very good. Restorative Bond allows us to heal ourselves more, and it reduces the recovery time by 3 seconds, which is good. Contagion Bond allows Venari to spread status effects in 9 meter radius, helps her with clear. Tech Assault, there's a 60% chance to ignore lethal damage, so if something were to kill her, it doesn't, and she becomes immortal for 4 seconds. Tenacious Bond, if your companion Venari has 50% and above critical chance, she gives us 1.2 final critical damage, which works on our whip, which is very good. Vicious Bond allows Venari to armor strip. The second part of this doesn't work because Venari doesn't have abilities. And the final one is Shield Recharge and Shield Recharge Delay, which gives her another layer of ability. And that's it. The mods for Venari. Now for her Claw. Here it is. Crit chance, crit damage, add the damage. Hunter Synergy. This allows to link our primary weapon's critical chance to Venari's Claw, allowing her to have over 50% critical chance. And with that, we can use Tenacious Bond. We have elemental damage status chance, elemental damage is status duration. All of this converts into electricity, as you can see right here, and electricity is the highest damage type, so Venari is going to spread electricity in a large radius, armor strips, and triggers our Arcane stretch, which gives us a little bit of energy over time, which helps. But yeah, that's it. The mods on the Claw, Venari mods. There it is, slightly bugged. Give me a second. There we go, fixed. And now it's time for me to show you this first build against the Steel Path enemies. So, let's go. And we're in. I'm up against the Orcan dudes, Steel Path. This is Lua Survival. I'm going to show you this build. We're whipping the hell out of these enemies. As you can see, millions of damage. Influence, spreading it in a large radius, helping us with clear. It's very comfy. I fix all the problems. Every time you press your first ability, you get some shields for shield gating, survivability, and it's also your damage ability. It's amazing they gave her the ability to use cast speed shards and mods to make her whip faster, which is a massive DPS increase. And I do enjoy that. It's just much nicer. It's no longer slow. Never liked the slow Khora's one, but now it just feels amazing. Every time I pick her, it's fun. It's always fun. I really enjoy Exalted casters a lot compared to generic gun pew-pewers. We have so many of them. Very comfy. I can also press my fourth ability, crowd control. It's way too small for this build. This build isn't focused around her 4 and farming, but the second build is. Recast. Also, when you use your second ability on enemies, these enemies will take twice as more damage from your one. And this does work on Acolytes. So you can just press your second ability onto an Acolyte, crowd control it, and your next whip attack is going to just do a lot more damage. Energy economy is fixed, survivability is fixed. You also knockback immune. A very comfy playstyle. For high density missions and low density missions, it always feels nice. You're always going to have energy. We have more than enough energy economy. Flow into fleeting expertise and streamline. More than enough. More than enough. Eki boys here. Let's see. The moment I kill Eki, I'm going to show you the second build. Eki boy. Eki? Is this you? Eki man? Hello? Hey! Alright, the moment he spawns, second ability, there we go. First ability, and he gone. That was the Acolyte. Quite easy. Jump, spam your one. Always. And yeah, that's the first build. Now let me show you the second one. The second build is the farmer build. This build is focused around camping and farming materials and loot, thanks to the augment for her 4. When enemies are grabbed by your 4th ability, when you kill them, they have a 65% chance to drop more loot. We still have the augment for her 1 to help you out, synergizes really well with her 4. Streamline for ability efficiency, range mods, prime flow for the shard and overall maximum energy, prime continuity for ability duration, this is mandatory for her 3 and 4. Calistic shields and brief respite for shield sustain, shield survivability, and prime shoot footed for knockback immunity. And that's it. The mods. For the Arcane, we have Arcane Fury, still here, 180 melee damage, and Arcane Concentration. When you cast ability, we're always going to be spamming her first ability. It gives you 60% ability duration. Makes your fourth ability and your third ability last longer. The Arcanes, the stats, as you can see. And for the abilities, you're going to remove the third ability for Dispensary. This is going to give you Energy Orbs and Health Orbs. We do have Equilibrium Shard, so that's going to give us a lot of energy economy and allows us to AFK farm. And there you go. The abilities, the stats, the mods, the Arcane, and now for her Whip. And now for her Whip. This is the Vortex build. So we have magnetic damage, the highest damage type, because of Vortex. Kill an enemy affected by magnetic status effect. There's a really high chance for us to proc this. There's a 45% chance to pull enemies within 18-meter radius. So you're going to press your fourth ability, it's going to grab enemies. You're going to press your first ability on those enemies that are afflicted by your fourth ability. You kill them, proc magnetic, 45% chance to pull enemies into your fourth ability, and repeat. It's a grinder. It's a really nice setup for this build, and this is something I will recommend. And that's it. That's the Arcane and the mods, the stats, and now it's time for me to show you this build against the Steel Path enemies. And we're in. I'm up against the Orkin dudes, Steel Path, Survival, Mod, you know, all that stuff. I'm going to show you this build. You're going to press your first ability, press your third ability, spawn Dispensary, press your fourth ability, look at the durations always, and then just wait for enemies to enter your fourth ability range. They're going to be grabbed. Press your first ability and it's going to increase the odds of loot. I already have 14 Argon Crystals in such a short time, less than 5 minutes. There we go. Recast abilities. You're tanky, you're sustainy. We do have shield gating. You're doing millions of damage in such a short time, even if magnetic is the highest damage type. Vortex helps. Beautiful. Come on, Doolies. Come over here. Come on. Come on. Loot. Beautiful. +6. Sure. 20 Argon Crystals. Beautiful. Boom. Over here. Over here. Recast. Dispensary. And yeah. This is the build. Pretty simple. Works really well. If you are playing in a small tile, like a corridor, it isn't like large like this one, you can remove overextended for Argon Reach. It's more than enough range. And you can also use like Cunning Drift over Prime Shoot with it. But yeah. This is the second build. And that's it. I believe you guys seen enough. Time for me to leave, boys. Eki, give me a second. Let me just remove this man. Shut up. Where are you? Press my 2. Boop, boop. And goodbye. Beautiful. And now it's time for me to leave. Alright, GG's everybody. Time for me to go. And there you go. Khora Prime is still very good. She isn't good at bosses and mini-bosses. There are some enemies that her one cannot target at all. And she becomes kind of useless there. But for like 80 to 90% of content, she's very good. She's a very useful Warframe. And there you go. That's the Warframe and the builds. I hope you guys enjoyed the builds. Leave a like and sub. And of course, see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.